Well, we're home. So let's enjoy it. I've got 10 Netflix hidden gems for you to binge and relax. But first,
thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and click the notification bell so you're alerted to the new videos I upload every Friday.
this list is in no particular order, so let's jump right in.
To start out the list, I have Cop Car. This movie came out in 2015 and is rated R.
Two boys who have just run away are out playing around and happen to stumble upon an abandoned cop car just sitting there ripe for the taking.
These two boys are out in the world. They think that they're grown and just could care less. One is a maverick, while the other one is a little more reserved. But together, they are definitely fearless and having the time of their lives. That is until the sheriff radios because he knows what they did and he wants his car back.
This movie is a slow burn, okay? A lot of time is spent with the boys showing how they just don't care. They're down for the experience and whatever happens. And they're only 10 years old until Kevin Bacon catches up with them. And watching Kevin Bacon do just that was not only funny, but so sad. The movie almost tried to present it in like a funny way. The fact that, you've got this sheriff running around on foot, okay? He's chasing after these 10-year-old kids. They've taken his car, so now he's running around stealing other people's cars. He's trying to keep it on the low. He doesn't want his police station to find out that he's lost his car, especially who he's lost his car to. But when you think about it, it's not funny because he's very serious, and when he catches his kids, more than likely he's gonna wanna hurt them. He basically messed up his plans for what he had going on. A father and his two daughters are on their own and trying to survive a power outage that has now hit day 10.
Next on the list is Into the Forest. This movie came out in 2015 and is rated R.
This survivalist movie would drop on Netflix right now.
And just like that, everything stopped. The girls have to be smart and one step ahead. You never know the dangers that lurk when order is gone. This slow burn takes a while to get going, but I liked seeing their take on a survivalist society and how these characters navigated their new normal.
Ellen Page and Evan Rachel Wood really bring this world to life. In this movie, you really don't see too many other people. They basically spend the entire film in their home or in the surrounding woods. So you definitely get a sense of isolation that creeps in and leaves you a little unsettled. I wouldn't watch this one first, but I would give it a watch because it was interesting enough to hold my attention.
The Laundromat. This movie is rated R and came out in 2019.
In this third movie, you put your money into an insurance policy knowing that when you need it, it's going to be there. Well, Meryl Streep plays a woman that goes to extreme lengths to find out just where her money went. She flies to the heart of the corruption to put it all together for herself.
This movie is funny and very well acted. Anthony Banderas and Gary Oldman literally break down American economics in the most hilarious way, while you have a host of other characters that unfortunately get caught in terrible financial situations. Some of the things that happen to these people are horrible, but the movie manages to keep it lighthearted and quite funny.
Meryl Streep is great, per usual, right? And if you're a fan of hers or you like quirky, offbeat dramas that have a little bit of comedy, you might want to give this one a try. Ooh, number 4.
Candyman. This movie came out in 1992 and is rated R.
Helen and her friend are writing their theses on urban legends when they come across one right in their backyard. I saw this movie in the theaters when it came out, and let me tell you, it terrified me then, and it terrifies me now. I love it.
Candyman is one of those horror movies that is done in a very mature and disturbing way, and that's what kind of sets it apart from other horror movie franchises. Plus, Tony Todd as Candyman is perfect. He scares you to death with that voice and hook, quietly stalking you and ruining your life at the same time. Not to mention this movie gave us the Candyman game.
You know, with the stuff surrounding race and the fact that children are murdered or harmed, this movie really goes there, and it doesn't hold back the horror. You know, it doesn't come across as silly or gimmicky. I really love this horror movie, and I can't wait to see what Jordan Peele does with Candyman 2020.
Halfway through the list, we have Chloe. This movie came out in 2009 and is rated R.
A wife decides to test her husband's fidelity and decides to hire a younger woman, Chloe, to seduce him. Not knowing how to change their stale marriage, she uses Chloe to not only get close to her husband, but to find out his needs, his wants, and most importantly, his desires.
Julianne Moore has lost trust in her husband, but loves him and is desperate in her attempt to save her marriage. He means everything to her, and now her need to know and this new woman has put her in a position where she could possibly lose it all.
I was in shock, like, wait, what? Wait, what are we doing? Manipulative and erotic, this dramatic thriller caught me off guard. Just when I thought I had it figured out, nope. Amanda Seyfried does her Fatal Attraction, Little Lolita bit very well. How scary to think that you've let this person into your life to fix things, and now look what's happened. This one was good. It made me mad, but it was good.
Bullethead. This movie came out in 2017 and is rated R.
They have a safe in the back of the car and now have to hide out in an abandoned warehouse because the wheelman got shot and crashed the car. Problem is, the warehouse isn't empty. They're telling stories to each other to pass the time, totally unaware of the danger that's right down the hall. This one, in a way, is kind of a creature feature.
They are held up in this warehouse and cannot leave. Once the men realize what they're up against, it becomes a battle of speed and wit if they're going to survive. With nowhere to hide and not wanting to give up their safe, they try to outsmart this deadly and vicious obstacle to freedom.
Jim Brody gives you a different kind of performance, one that's not only cunning and steadfast, but heartfelt. Don buys a Victorian fixer-upper for his family and slowly comes to find out that this house is so not what it seems.
Girl on the Third Floor. This movie came out in 2019 and is rated TVMA. American Horror Story murder house vibes. This creepy haunted house horror has come out of nowhere and grips you from beginning to end. Our main character slowly slips into madness as he struggles to hold on to his sanity and his loved ones.
This house was a mistake. Don is coming undone. He's doing terrible things to cover up other terrible things. And the gross meter is up there. So if you don't want to see nastiness, you need to skip to the next one. I was highly entertained. So if you like horror, I would definitely give this one a try. And if you do watch it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below.
Next on the list is Circle. This movie came out in 2015 and is rated TVMA.
Oh, Circle. Movie starts and a large group of people are locked in place. They're standing in these circles that they can't move from, and they don't understand how they got there or how to get out. All you know is that you can't move, you can't leave this circle, you can't touch anyone else, and when you inadvertently open and close your palms, you vote for someone else's death. Everyone has to be willing to work together to figure out these mind games, and they also have to be willing to gamble with their lives if they're gonna come up with the answers.
Human decency is called into question and no one is off limits. Age, gender, being a parent, nothing will keep you safe from one another. Someone or something is watching, and it's only giving the group a certain amount of time to figure out what they're supposed to do. Every minute and a half to 2 minutes, they have to vote. Ninja Assassin came out in 2009 and is rated R.
We're in Berlin, and she's a researcher that has just stumbled upon a secret society of sorts that kidnaps children and turns them into assassins. Watch Rizzo as he's a young boy who trains and learns the way of the ninja assassins, and then you see as he basically grows to become the best. And now that he's the best, he's out for revenge.
The fighting sequences are intense and brutal. It's absolutely fantastic. If you like martial arts mixed with a little John Wick kind of revenge, The Ninja Assassin is one crime thriller you're gonna wanna see.
I don't know what it is about this movie. I own it, I've watched it over and over. I just love this movie. I could watch this fighting all day. They've got these long chains with these knives at the end. Good stuff.
And finally, we're here to the last movie on the list, and that's The Gift. This movie came out in 2015 and is rated R.
Oh, The Gift, the last one on my list. An old classmate from high school catches up with him one day in a store and basically sparks the beginning of Jason Bateman's nightmare in this revenge thriller. What starts out as sweet and kind gestures slowly becomes increasingly sinister.
We all have people we remember from the past, but what if they remember you differently? So much so that they've held a grudge and have been waiting for that opportune time for payback.
Letting bygones be bygones for some is a lot harder than it looks. Jason Bateman plays a great role. You see a transformation that's kind of... Think, do we really know people? This one makes you question. You're gonna start with any movie on this list. I would definitely start with The Gift. This movie is a shocker, and like I said, Jason Bateman's performance is fantastic. Thank you so much for tuning in this week to watch my video. I really enjoy coming up with these lists for you guys, and hopefully you will find something on this Hidden Gems list that's perfect for you. Until next week,